As it's nearly Halloween, how about we share some creepy stories? I'll go first. When I was about 13, my mum and dad invited over our previous neighbors from the block of flats we lived in until I was 5 years old. It had been years since we'd all seen each other, and the atmosphere was filled with nostalgia as they reminisced about old times. I'd been sent to bed, but the walls were thin, and I could still hear the laughter and chatter spilling from the living room. Then, suddenly, the conversation took a turn. The woman neighbor, with a knowing tone, said, "Hey Digsy's mum, do you remember when Digsy used to complain that there was someone in his room? Well, there's a family that just moved in above us who have a 3-year-old son. He's complaining of the exact same things Digsy did." The moment I heard that, a chill ran down my spine. I had no memory of any of this, and yet the thought that I might have been disturbed by something unseen filled me with unease. The next day, I mustered the courage to ask my mum about it. Her reaction surprised me. She looked almost incredulous. "You don't remember," she said, her brow furrowing as she began to recount the stories. She told me about the strange happenings we had endured in that flat, how I would wake up in the night, terrified and insisting that someone was in my room. She mentioned the eerie footsteps that echoed up and down the hall, the unsettling feeling of being watched. And how objects would inexplicably go missing, only to turn up in odd places. The final incident, she said, was the most unnerving. One afternoon, she was listening to a record when suddenly the music began to slow, the notes stretching and warping, as if someone was gently pressing a finger on the platter. Frustrated and frightened, my mum finally snapped, shouting, "Will you leave us alone?" At that moment, the record returned to normal speed, as if whatever had been toying with us had suddenly decided to back off. After that, the strange occurrences ceased completely. I listened, my heart racing, as she recounted the tale. I had never experienced anything like that since, and, as I grew older, I became somewhat skeptical of such stories. Yet, there was something about my mum's sincerity that made me believe her. What struck me as the strangest part was how I had learned about all of this years later, through the stories of another child experiencing the same haunting sensations in the very same building. It felt like a chilling echo through time, a reminder that some mysteries might linger long after the whispers fade. Halloween is almost upon us. Now's your chance to share something freaky. What stories do you have hidden in the shadows? Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.